Hello friends and welcome back. Our today's practical is to verify V-I characteristics of IGBT. Now you know that what is IGBT? Insulated Gate Bipolar Transistor. So this is basically combination of BJT and MOSFET. Okay. So today we will try to plot two graphs. One is output characteristics and another is transfer characteristics. Now as the name indicates, if you are plotting the graph between two output quantities, so VCE versus IC, output voltage versus output current, that graph is called as output characteristics. And if you are taking one input quantity, means VGE, gate to emitter voltage, and IC, output quantity, one input and one output quantity, then it is called as transfer characteristics. So in this experiment we will try to plot these two characteristics and we will try to verify the operation of IGBT. So friends, we are conducting this experiment with the help of this experimental board. This is handmade board in the lab. Okay, so this is nothing but your circuit diagram. Here you can see from this side we are applying the collector voltage and from this side we are applying the gate voltage. Okay, and in order to measure the voltage, gate voltage, we can connect voltmeter over here and the voltage between collector and emitter can be measured over here. So this is your collector, and in order to measure the current flowing through collector we can connect an ammeter over here, and this resistance is used to limit the collector current. So we know that when this device turns on, current may be very high. So in order to sustain that current, this resistance should be of high wattage. Okay, so from the bottom side you can see, so this is nothing but your IGBT. So here we have used 25N120 kDA IGBT. The number is written in the description. Okay, and this is your high wattage resistance, 15 ohm resistance of 5 watt. Okay, this is about your experimental board. Now in this experiment we will need two different voltages. So VCC we will apply from this DC voltage source. Okay, and VGG we will apply from this second DC voltage source. Okay, so let us start the experiment. So this is acting as your VCC. So I will connect positive over here, negative over here. Okay, and VGG. So this is acting as VGG. So I am connecting positive over here and negative over here. Okay, and in order to measure this current, we will need one ammeter. So you can see I have set up this as an ammeter. So red wire is in milliampere connector, and here I have selected milliampere range. Okay, and this is in DC mode. Okay, and this is acting as a voltmeter. So here you can see I have selected voltage. Okay, and this is again in DC mode. Okay, now here we will need two voltmeters, one to measure VGE and another to measure VCE. Okay, so alternatively we can use the same voltmeter. Okay, now as per our observation table, first we are plotting output characteristics. So this is VCE versus IC. So you have to measure VCE and you have to measure IC. So definitely I will connect this voltmeter over here because I want to measure VCE, and ammeter over here. Okay, and when you are plotting output characteristic, at that time input quantity, what is your input quantity? VGE, gate to emitter voltage, that should be constant. So we are taking three different sets of reading. We will take VGE three different values, and for those values we will try to measure what is the value of IC. Okay, so friends, here you can see I will connect voltmeter over here. So now this is indicating your VCE because it is connected in between collector and emitter, and this ammeter I will connect over here. So now it will measure your current IC. Okay, so your experimental setup is over. Now let us start the experiment. So before turning on power supply, make sure all the voltage knobs are on 0 value. Okay, and then turn on the power supply. Okay, so this is nothing but your VCC and this is nothing but your VG. So friends, let us start the experiment. Now first I am doing what? I will set VGE. So I will set this value to, let us suppose 5 volt we are taking. So friends, now you can see we have set the gate voltage to 5 volt, and now we will try to increase this voltage. So what happens? VCC will go on increasing. So obviously what will happen? Your VCE will go on increase. Okay. So let us increase this voltage. Now what is happening? Here friends, here you can see your voltage is increasing, but current is not increasing, and whatever current you are getting, this is nothing but your leakage current. Okay, so here you can see our voltage is increasing, but current is not increasing. So this indicates that our gate voltage is not sufficient to turn on this device, means 5 volt is not sufficient. So what I will do, I will increase this voltage little bit. So let us take 5.5 volt. So friends, now we have set the voltage to 5.5 volt. Okay, so friends, now you can see we are setting the gate voltage to 5.5 volt. Then we will go on increasing VCE from 0 to 7 volt, and we will try to note down IC. Then again we will set gate to emitter voltage to 5.7. Again we will go on increasing the voltage, and we will measure current. So in this way we will repeat this process 3 times. Okay, so here you can see we have set the gate voltage to 5.5 volt. Okay, now we have to increase the collector to emitter voltage from 0 to 7 in the steps of 1 volt, and we have to note down the current. Okay, so first at 0, almost 20 millivolt means almost 0 volt, your current is 0. So first reading is 0, then we will set it to 1 volt. So at almost 1 volt you are getting 3.5 milliampere, then 2 volt. So at 2 volt again you are getting 3.5 milliampere. At 3 volt again 3.5 milliampere. At 4 volt again 3.5 milliampere. Again now it is 3.6 milliampere. Then 6 volt, 3.6 milliampere, and again last reading at 7 volt. So at 7 volt again you are getting 3.6 milliampere. Okay, so friends, we have noted down these readings. At 0 volt your current was 0, at 1 volt your current was 3.5 milliampere. So you can see that almost our current is remaining constant. Okay, so this is first set of reading. Now we will revise this gate to emitter voltage from 5.5 to 5.7, and again we will try to increase the voltage from collector to emitter voltage from 0 to 7. Okay, so friends, now you can see we have set gate to emitter voltage to 5.7 volt. Again we will try to make collector to emitter voltage 1 volt. So at almost 1 volt what you are getting? 14.5 milliampere, then 2 volt, 14.7. So likewise we will take the readings for 3 volt, then 4 volt, 5 volt, 6 volt and 7 volt. So at 7 volt what you are getting? Nearly 15.8. Okay, so we will note down these readings. So friends, you can see we have noted down the readings. Now you can expect some fluctuations in the reading because our device is getting heated, because current is flowing through the device for quite longer time. So obviously device temperature increases. So we have taken second set of reading. Now you can see that you have increased the voltage only by 0.2 volt gate to emitter voltage, but here you can see for 1 volt here you are getting 3.5 milliampere, and here you are getting 14.5 milliampere. So you can identify how sensitive our device is. Means even if you change the gate voltage by very small amount, here your output current changes by very large amount. Now similarly we will take the third set of reading. We will set this to 6 volt gate to emitter voltage. So now you can see we have set the voltage to 6 volt. Okay, Now again we will repeat the same. So at 0, almost 0 volt, you are having current is 0. So go to 1 volt. So at almost 1 volt you are having 58 milliampere, then 2 volt, 3 volt, up to 7 volt we will take the readings. So friends, I have taken all the readings from 0 to 7 volt. You are getting current like this. Okay. So what you can observe from this, initially when voltage is 0, your current is 0. But even if your voltage increases by small amount, your current suddenly increases, means device has turned on. But once your device turns on, after that your current almost remain constant. Here you can see again from 14.5 to 15.8, means almost your current is constant. Here also current is almost, not exactly constant, but almost constant. Okay. Here from 0 to 1 volt current increases from 0 to 58, but after that you can see your rate of rise is almost constant. Okay, so these are your output characteristics. Now we will try to plot transfer characteristics. Now we will reverse the situation. Here your VGE means input was constant and you are changing the output. Now we will change the input and we will try to fix the output. So suppose I have taken VCE is equal to 10 volt. Okay. So what I will do, I will make this 0. Okay. So now your VGE is almost 0. Okay. And we will try to make VCE 10 volt. So friends, here you can see we have almost set the VCE 10 volt. Okay. And now what I will do, initially I was increasing VCE in the steps of 1 volt, and at that time VGE was constant. Now what we will do, we will make VCE constant and we will try to increase VGE in the steps of 1. So friends, now try to increase this gate to emitter voltage in the steps of 1 volt. Okay. And according to, we have to measure the output current IC. Okay. So now you can see at 0 gate voltage you are getting 0 ampere current. Now make this 1 volt. So at 1.2 this is 0. Then at 2 again it is 0. So at 3, 4. So now you can see little bit fluctuation. So this is nothing but still your current is not increasing, but little bit fluctuation you are getting. This is nothing but your leakage current. So leakage current is in microampere or nanoampere. So if you change the range, now here you can see 38.6 microampere, but this is very less current and this is leakage current. Okay. Our main current is in milliampere. So now your device is little bit starting to turn on. So go to 5 volt. Okay. So at 5 volt again you are getting 0.2 milliampere. Okay. Note down these readings. So friends, we have noted the readings. Up to 4 volt your device was completely off. Now at 5 volt you are getting little bit current. So your device is about to turn on. And we have to measure the threshold voltage. VGET means threshold value of gate to emitter voltage. So it is nothing but the value at which your device current suddenly rises, means your device turns on. Okay. So now we will increase the voltage in smaller steps and we will keep an eye on this current. If current suddenly rises, that is nothing but your threshold voltage. So friends, here you can see our current is 2 milliampere, means our device is now triggered. Okay, so at which voltage? 5.4 volt. And now you can see that your current is rapidly increasing. So here you can see your current is now rapidly increasing. So friends, here you can see we have noted the readings. So initially when your voltage is increasing up to 4 volt, your current is 0. Okay. When you reach to 5 volt, your device is about to turn on. Okay. So still you are getting very less current, that is nothing but your leakage current. Okay. and when your device reaches to 5.4 volt, your current suddenly start to rise. So this 5.4 volt is nothing but your gate to emitter threshold voltage. So it is the minimum voltage required to turn on the IGBT. Okay, and when you further increase the voltage, you can see that there is steep or sudden rise in current, means now your device is completely in on condition. Okay, so these are your characteristics. Now we will try to plot the graphs for this. So friends, here you can see we have plotted the V-I characteristics for IGBT, output characteristics, which indicates the graph between output voltage VCE and output current IC. Okay, at this time we are keeping the input constant, VGE we are keeping constant, and second graph is transfer characteristics, where we are changing the input and we are measuring the output current. Okay, so from the first graph, from the output characteristics, you can identify your current initially rises and after that it remains constant. Okay, so even if you are changing the voltage, your current almost remains constant. But if you change the input voltage, what happens? Again your current rises and then again it becomes constant. So if you go on increasing the gate to emitter voltage, what happens? Your current will go on increasing, but initially it will increase and then it remains almost constant. So these are your output characteristics. So from these characteristics, what you can conclude? Here your input voltage is controlling the output current. Hence IGBT is called as voltage control device, because input voltage is controlling the output current. Okay. Now second characteristics is transfer characteristics, graph between input quantity and output quantity. So here you can see that initially your current is almost 0, and after 5 volt your device starts to turn on, and exactly at 5.4 volt your current is suddenly start to rising. So that is nothing but your threshold voltage, gate to emitter threshold voltage, and after this point your current suddenly rises. At this time we are keeping the output voltage constant. So this is all about the experiment on V-I characteristics of IGBT. So friends, thank you very much for watching this. If you really like this video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. If you are having any doubts, please ask in the comment section. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.